The sinking of the RMS Titanic remains one of the most infamous maritime disasters in history. On April 15, 1912, this seemingly unsinkable ship met a tragic end in the icy waters of the North Atlantic, taking over 1,500 lives with it. While the story of the Titanic's demise is well documented, an iceberg collision that caused the ship to sink, many mysteries and unanswered questions still linger. Was it simply a tragic accident, or was there something more at play? Could the Titanic have been doomed by a cursed artifact, or was there something more sinister behind the scenes? Let's explore the facts and the mysteries surrounding one of the deadliest and most enduring tragedies in history, the sinking of the Titanic. Before its tragic end, the Titanic was the pinnacle of human engineering, the largest and most luxurious ship of its time. Built by the White Star Line, the Titanic was designed to be a floating palace, offering the highest comforts for its passengers. Its maiden voyage, which began on April 10, 1912, was intended to be a symbol of human achievement. On board were some of the wealthiest and most influential people of the era, alongside many working-class immigrants hoping to start new lives in America. But despite its grandeur, the Titanic carried a dark premonition. For some, there were early signs that the ship might be fated for disaster. The Titanic's journey began smoothly, but on the night of April 14, 1912, disaster struck. In the dead of night, the ship collided with an iceberg. The massive hull of the Titanic was torn open, flooding the lower decks and causing the ship to slowly sink. Despite its unsinkable reputation, the ship was not equipped with enough lifeboats to save all passengers, and the chaos that ensued left many unable to escape. The immediate cause of the sinking is widely understood. The collision with the iceberg created a series of gashes along the ship's starboard side, overwhelming its watertight compartments. Within hours, the great ship plunged into the icy depths, leaving survivors to tell the harrowing tale. But while this event is well documented, certain aspects of the disaster remain shrouded in mystery. One of the most intriguing and bizarre theories surrounding the Titanic's sinking involves the Hope Diamond, one of the world's most famous and valuable gemstones. This diamond, with a history of misfortune and tragedy, is said to have been carried aboard the Titanic by J. Bruce Ismay, the managing director of the White Star Line. According to some legends, the diamond had been cursed, bringing misfortune to its owners for centuries. The Hope Diamond had previously been owned by a number of notable figures, and many of them met untimely or tragic ends. Some believe that the gem's curse followed it onto the Titanic, causing the ship's untimely demise. Ismay was one of the prominent figures aboard the Titanic who survived, though some conspiracy theories suggest that he may have played a more active role in ensuring his own escape, potentially at the cost of the lives of others. Though there is no definitive evidence linking the Hope Diamond to the Titanic disaster, its rumored connection to misfortune has fueled speculation and intrigue. Was the Titanic's fate sealed by a cursed artifact, or is this just an eerie coincidence? As with any great tragedy, the sinking of the Titanic has spawned numerous conspiracy theories. Some suggest that the Titanic was doomed from the start due to the actions of powerful men in the shipping industry. Among the most popular conspiracy theories is the idea that the Titanic was deliberately sunk to eliminate wealthy individuals who were opposed to the formation of the Federal Reserve. This theory points to several prominent passengers on board the Titanic, such as John Jacob Astor IV, Isidor Straus, and Benjamin Guggenheim, all of whom were significant financial figures and believed to be opposed to the creation of the Federal Reserve. According to this theory, the ship's sinking was no accident, but a planned effort to remove these men from the scene. Of course, there is no hard evidence to support this theory, and most historians regard it as speculative. Another theory suggests that the ship's sister ship, the RMS Olympic, had been damaged and was not seaworthy. Some believe that the White Star Line swapped the Titanic and the Olympic, deliberately sending the Titanic out to sea despite its unsafe condition, all for the sake of financial gain. This theory hinges on the idea that the Titanic's owners wanted to claim the insurance money, as the ship was believed to be unsinkable. While intriguing, this idea lacks substantial proof and remains a widely dismissed conspiracy. Another element that adds to the mystery of the Titanic disaster is the strange case of missing or conflicting eyewitness testimonies. There are accounts of passengers who supposedly boarded the Titanic, but whose names do not appear in any official records. Some speculate that these individuals had connections to powerful figures, while others suggest they were deliberately erased from history. What's more intriguing is that some passengers who survived the disaster reported seeing strange, unexplainable phenomena before and during the sinking, such as lights in the water or inexplicable sounds coming from the ship's interior. Another notable mystery involves the ship's radio operator, Jack Phillips. Some believe that he sent out a distress signal far too late, potentially sealing the fate of the Titanic. The ship's radio equipment was capable of sending distress signals, but there were reports that the wireless operators were overloaded with private messages from wealthy passengers and may have been slow to respond to warnings from other ships in the area about icebergs. The question of whether the Titanic's fate could have been altered with a quicker response to these warnings remains a point of speculation. To this day, the Titanic's wreck rests at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, offering tantalizing glimpses into the past. But the question remains: was it simply a tragic accident, or was there something more sinister at work? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for more timeless tales.